Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And I thought I'd just do a little old short video here to kind of update and show you that I'm cleaning my shop. It's been a long time coming and it's been getting out of control, and I've went through that side of the shop, got the vise clean and behind the sander and getting ready to do the lathe, and I'll probably just turn you around there and talk to you while I'm cleaning the lathe. But let me turn you around here. As you can see, look at all the dirt. That just came from over there, just in that area. So, like I said, it's gotten out of hand. And it's gotten to the point where I just said, I'm done. It's time to clean this thing up. So, we just kind of swept around all the stuff there and cleaned up around the bench here. And getting ready to do the lathe now. So anyway, I'll just set you guys up here and I can talk to you while I'm cleaning the lathe. But let me move some of the stuff out of the way here. Didn't want to sweep under the lathe until I cleaned the lathe. But I got to get this chip pan out of here first and get those long curly ones taken care of. Get them out of the way. Find a spot to put it. This is the bad part. Excuse me, I got my big old head in y'all's way. That's the bad thing about a small shop. You're in your own way. As you can see, it's been a while since I've cleaned it. Well, too bad that's all mixed together with metal and aluminum. Because that was just aluminum. I could melt it down. But it ain't worth it to me. A bit of good news. I think I'm going to be getting a score today. I went and put that video up last night, and immediately after the video aired, somebody texted me or emailed me, and his name is Brian, saying I watched your video and it had been a subscriber of mine for about a year. Well, that impressed me in itself. Anybody can put up with me for that long. That's pretty amazing. But he said that he wanted to help me out with some welding wire because he heard that I didn't have any welding wire, and I thought that was pretty cool of him to offer that. So I sent him the specs on what I needed, the size and stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool to have that happen. Well, then it just so happened that I was looking on Craigslist, and I've been watching Craigslist really hard here lately, and how I missed this I don't know, but Oh, I forgot to put the pan back in there. But I found on Craigslist a roll, a 44-pound roll of .035 MIG welder non-flux core wire free. Brand new, still in the box. The guy's moving 2,000 miles away and he's getting rid of a bunch of stuff. He's got 2 hitch receivers that slides into the hitch, and I'm gonna get those, and I'm waiting on him to get off work so he can text me his address, and he's just giving it to me. Well, I can't use non-flux wire. It has to be flux core because I just can't afford the gas or the argon tank and you know, the gas for my welder. Not to mention, I really don't have a whole lot of places to put anything. So if I can use it and get away with as little as possible to keep the room open, you know, there's just no room for it. You know, I'm trying to find a place to put my welding rod tubes. You know, these things right here. So you know, I'm getting ready to try to find some place to hang these, or something I can slide this here belt thing down onto, or something. I might be able to put it on the other side and just put a rail across it so I can just hang all these on. But you know, I just don't have enough room for the tank. And all my life, I've never used a tank on a MIG welder. Yes, they do make better welds, but you know, I have to work with what my situation is. So I'm just going to get it, and I'll probably either sell it on Craigslist, because that roll, from what my buddy Matt said, it's 120, and locally he can get it for 85. So I could sell it for 75 bucks and then go get me a roll, another roll, a backup roll, because this other guy is sending me some. It's just funny how that worked out. But now I've been watching that. It's been up for quite a few days, and I've been watching it every day. And how that snuck past me, I don't know, because it wasn't there yesterday. So, and it said it was up for, I think, 9 days. I can't believe it's still up, to be honest with you. So maybe that little glitch is what got me the wire. So I can just trade it to somebody, to a local welder shop or something like that, and trade it for the wire that I do need. So that's something that's getting ready to come up, and I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, so we're just going to clean up here. I'm not going to do a serious cleaning. I'm still going to do the ways, because it's got a lot of oil on the ways, and oh, my paint's chipping off of my lathe, man. I'm going to tell you, Grizzly needs to learn how to paint their stuff, man. You know, I have never seen a tool like the Grizzly and the, or both the Grizzlies, the lathe and the mill. The paint sucks on them. They need to be repainted, and they need to be painted a color that doesn't show grease as bad as this does. Both these colors show grease really bad. So One day I'm going to repaint them. I don't know what color, so don't ask. Alright, so now we got that cleaned up. Alright, now we get to get underneath here. I figured I'd take a break on the trailer and try to clean up the shop a little bit, make me feel a little bit better about my work here, because when your work area is filthy, it's hard to get yourself in that creative mind, because you feel, let me see if I can put this the right way. Your feeling has a lot to do with your surroundings. If your surroundings look good, you feel good in that area. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get myself back to feeling good. Yeah, everybody that's watched me and has watched me for as long as people have, everybody knows that, you know, I suffer from depression. You know, it's something that I live with every day. And a lot of times it's crippling for me. And I've seen a lot of people on YouTube that suffer from the same problem. And to be quite honest with you, the world is what causes people to be depressed. It's changed so dramatically. If you notice, people who are depressed, the biggest part of the people in this country today who are depressed are the older generation. Because the older generation can't deal with the new ways of life. You know, what used to be not okay is okay today, and the old timers are not okay with it still yet, and ain't never going to be okay with it. So, you know, that's my theory. That doesn't mean that's correct. So, let's see, what else can we update you on? The truck, he is going to, he's going to try to get some testing tools. He's talking to a neighbor of his that's supposed to know about this stuff. And see if they can get a tester to test it and see what's going on with it. So it's still sitting out there. Also, somebody watched my Cub Cadet video where I made the bushing for Terry's Cub Cadet, and he wants me to make him one, and he asked me how much, and I told him if, this is the wrong rag, I need to use one that's really nasty. Always use your nasty one first, get rid of the major part, and then the cleaner one will clean up what the nasty one didn't get. Because if you clean up the nasty stuff first with your clean rag is going to get nasty really quick. Been a long time since this lathe has gotten this treatment. What was I talking about? I done got sidetracked. Well, y'all not gonna tell me? Well, that's rude. Y'all still there? Oh, he wanted me to make him one of them bushings and asked me how much I charge. Well, you know, if he pays for the shipping, I told him if he paid for the shipping, both to and from, that I would do it for 30 bucks. Basically all I gotta do is turn it. And if he sends me the brass, I'd turn it for 20 bucks. Plus he'd get a video on it too, so he could watch his part being made. And send me the measurements, of course, and the old bushing, so I have something to go on. And I thought that was cool too, that, you know, one of my videos is a potential way to help support the shop, you know, by getting a job out of that video. I mean, by all means, that's the reason you're doing videos, is so that you can show people your work, and Bison Workshop is basically my portfolio. So, wow, this thing was dirty. Alright. Alright, there's that. So we might have a bushing video coming up. So, having my trunk coffee today. As you can see, it's starting to cool down because it's turning black. I've got the tailgate here that I've welded. And I think I messed up by putting this brace in here, because now I think it's going to be in the way. I don't know yet. I think I'm going to have to take it back out because I actually have to drill a hole in there all the way through for a pin, which is what I'm making right here. I'm making 2 pins to pin this when it's in the up position. And while it's in the down position, instead of having to use chains, I'll show you what I plan to try. These here came off of that little Nissan truck, the old tailgate, and these are the tailgate levers for the down position, and then it folds up. So I might be able to put this to the side of it and then make a bracket and get a different bolt, because I have some of these bolts that have the big step up bushing type deal on them that are better than this one, or smaller anyway. This one might work. I don't know what thread that is. If it's metric, I'm going to be screwed. If it's standard, yeah, I can probably, it looks like it might be a 5/16, but we'll see. But I thought about using this instead of using a chain, and paint that up, make it look nice. Might not even have to paint it because it's actually made out of that material that's supposed to not rust. We'll see. I don't think there is a such thing as material that don't rust unless it's aluminum or something that ain't strong. Yeah, I know, that was a stupid statement, right? Bison ain't infallible. So, I'm thinking about using these. I may have to cut them shorter. I don't know, but we'll see. So, I sanded it and everything and got it ready to paint. And, it's gonna be a nice tailgate. But I just wanted to clean my shop today because, I just want it cleaned. And I figured I'd bring you guys along for the ride. Maybe you guys can be sitting in your shop, cleaning your shop, and listening to me ramble. And so there's that. Now we get to oil it. And the way I oil it is fairly simple. I'll just take the oil can, my Eagle oiler, and I'll just run my bead across there and on my chuck, and on the top, and on there, and on my chuck. But I don't really need any more anywhere else because I'm going to use my hand, and it's best to keep your hands really clean when you're doing this, because if you don't, you're going to have grease off your hands smear in with the oil. And then I'll just take and massage it, and by the time you're getting done, you're going to have a lot of oil on your hands. So we just kind of just oil it. Yeah, massage your tools, man. Make them feel special. And then you just take a little brush and put your little bit of oil in it and get into them hard to reach places. And just kind of oil around all that stuff. Alright. And then go around, wipe your hands, and clean your handles off that you just touched. Because you don't want to be sliding off your handles when you go to use it. Alright, the lathe is done. So now all I gotta do is move all this stuff pop that off of there. And try not to lose the cap on your oiler like I just did. And while you're at it, wouldn't hurt to go ahead and put you a little bit of oil in there. Alright, the lathe is officially done. So now, we put our sign up there. And if I find my caliper, which I don't know where I put it, it's somewhere around here. So, that's my chat. I'm going to wrap it up now and get started on cleaning the drill press, the bandsaw, and the mill, and get everything in the floor, and then I'll just sweep the rest of it up. The bandsaw and all that metal behind the bench, that's not going to be messed with. There's not a whole lot I can do with that because there's just no place I can put it until I can get rid of a bunch of stuff. So, you know, me building all this stuff, you know, like the trailer, a lot of the material goes away by just building things. So, you know, as I build stuff, you know, I got another build coming up. I don't know how realistic it is, but we're thinking about taking a 10 horsepower vertical shaft, riding mower motor, and putting on the generator. But that requires me to reposition the generator, because then instead of the generator being horizontal, it's going to be vertical. So we're thinking about, I've been kicking it around in my head how I'm going to do it, and if I do that, I'm probably going to hook it up to the shop and mount it to the tongue where the battery and the tanks used to be. So I'm thinking about putting a generator on the shop, and a vertical one, you know, up and down, where the motor's on top and the generator's on the bottom. It would fit right in that area with no problem. So that's what I'm thinking about doing, is turning the shop into a have a backup generator. Now, yeah, it's not going to do 220, but it will do 110. I can weld with 110. I can use grinders and stuff. I just wouldn't be able to use the 220 welder. So I could pretty much run everything on that generator temporarily if it ever comes to the point where I need it. Let's say the electric goes out. I got a way to power the shop, and I can run an extension cord from the shop to the house for the refrigerator or the tanks, fish tanks, or whatever, in a pinch. But it's just an idea. I've been wanting to make the shop a self-sufficient shop, so that it can work off-grid also. So that would be pretty cool. So that's going to be an upcoming video. So all you subscribers are going to get lucky enough to see that one. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me run my mouth and just shoot the shit. Yeah, I'm having a thought process. I'm thinking about trying to think of other things I might need to bring up to you guys, but I think that's pretty much all the update that you guys need for now. Also, one other thing I need to do, I need to run 220 from the breaker. I've got a 220 line from the breaker box going outside, but I need one for inside, so that when I need to run the 220, I don't have to run my extension cord out the door and have the AC on and have to leave the door open because the cord's out the door. So I want to try to put a 220 line here somewhere for the welder. I just got to come up with the wire. That's the problem. I got to come up with about 20 feet of wire, 220 wire, to go from the breaker box and feed and kind of work its way through underneath the shelves and the cabinets and stuff, and over here somewhere, and pin it up underneath the bench and put 220 here. So that's what I'm looking at next, is putting a 220 line in here. I mean, I've got 220 to the breaker, I just ain't got it over here. And I've got to put an outlet over here where that light used to be. There's a light right there, and then you got another one that used to be over there with a shade on it, and that one's going to go out of here too eventually. I just haven't found the necessary reason to get it out of here yet. So, but I want to put an outlet box over here, but I'm going to build me an outlet box to fit right there. In fact, that may be a video. I'm going to take some of that treadmill, real big square stock, frame stock, and I'm going to put outlets in it, and I'm going to make it to fit that spot right there. So I've also got this right here that used to be a motor, and it's got a hole in the side for a wire to come out or go in. This can be cut off, these ears, and this could be turned into a junction box. So that used to be a motor. It was a fan motor over top of a grease pit in a restaurant. So I just took all the guts out of it. I just thought that was a cool idea there, and it's got the screw holes there. I got the screws for it to screw that together with, and I can turn that into a junction box for either this, because I want to put a motion light on the other side of the shop on the corner, and that way if somebody comes messing around here, this will come on and let me know if somebody's out there. And if it does come on and I miss it and the light's on, I'll know at least somebody was there within the last 5 minutes. We just got the settings for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and 1 minute, I think. But that's another option there. So I don't know, I might just go get a box for it and put one out there, but I got to run wire for that too. I got the wire for that to run from the breaker box over to that, and I could just put a switch back here somewhere, and actually I can just tie right in with that right there, because I think those two lights there are separate from the outlets. I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, I do want to put motion lights out there. Now these lights here are going to be temporary. I'm going to get floodlight bulbs put out there. So it's just a matter of time and energy, and if I'm not depressed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Chat with me, guys. I always look forward to going in there to the computer and seeing y'all's comments. I pride myself on, and if you look at all my past videos, you'll see everybody's got an answer. Every single person who messages me gets an answer. If you don't get an answer, somehow I didn't get a notification. That would be the only reason you don't get an answer. Because I pride myself on answering every single message. If you want to help the shop out, it's greatly appreciated, and in advance for Brian, I really appreciate your offer, and I look forward to getting my MIG welder back together. Or getting it back in operation. I just pulled the wire, the rest of the wire that was in the hose out of it, so it's ready for the wire when it gets here. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. That was unexpected, and I thank you very much for doing it. So you guys have a good one. Later.